Alright, are you guys able to hear me? Let me just make sure audio is working on my end. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Alright, cool. What's up, everybody? How we doing on this fine day? I'm too advanced for you. This is going to be an advanced one, I'm not going to lie. Are you guys able to hear the background music, by the way? How's the Eater Worlds doing? That is on a permanent hiatus for right now because, basically through no fault of my own, just if you have too many FMBs, they start lagging really, really bad, and it just the rotation specifically lags, so it ended up looking really bad. You guys can't hear the background music. I think I know why. How about now? Do you hear background music now? Audio output capture. Oh, that's because I clicked the wrong thing. That's why. Now it should be going. You guys hear it now? What's up, Apps and Play? What's up, Mango? Okay, so believe it or not, Spider-Man has actually been one of the more requested features that I should make on my channel, and I have not done it. Yeah, no, I've actually not done it ever, and that's been very much on purpose. And technically, when I first started messing around with commands in Java Edition, I tried to make some Spider-Man stuff. Like, that was the very first set of commands that I made, and it was like speed boost and jump boost and that kind of stuff, but I thought it was Spider-Man themed. I made like a really crappy web shooter that just placed webs whenever you threw a snowball type of deal, and that was sort of the thing. So I've always wanted to go back. Oh, Renty deleted a bunch of stuff. Okay, I didn't see what happened, but go off. Do I have the exaggerated swagger of lactine? Dude, I love that. Was which game journalism quote unquote thing said that? Because I remember seeing that video when it first came out. Dude, Renty just obliterated somebody. Uh, make an analog horror character with FMBs, maybe. Can you make less complicated stuff for dumb people like me? Kind of like the parry system. Yeah, I was actually gonna do a video of just literally like one command block, fun things to mess around with commands. Yeah, so a PNG tuber? I don't know what a PNG tuber is. Anyways, so the reason is I've actually very intentionally not done Spider-Man for a long time because, like, what's the number one thing you want to play as a Spider-Man? You want to do the web swinging. So I'm like, I don't want to do Spider-Man until I have a good idea on how to do web swinging. And I actually thought of an idea a while ago. I just never wanted to actualize it. But I think now, especially because there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out, would be a good time to hopefully try my idea. And I think it should work. But we'll see. So basically the way that's going to work, or this is my plan for it. Will the word challenge get canceled? Probably, because not enough people went for created it, or submitted one. Anyways, the way that this is going to work is whenever you have the tag spider, I've already made a nuclear missile. Whenever you use the swinging, or whenever you use this fishing rod, that's going to be how you swing, obviously. I'm going to have the fishing hook actually go upwards so it looks more like you're swinging. So that'll be a thing I do partway through, don't worry. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to create a boat way up above you that's going to control the angle of the swing. And then I'm going to create an invisible pig with a saddle that you're riding below you because it's smoother to teleport on top of the pig when you're riding. Plus it makes your legs stick out, so that's also an advantage. So you're going to be riding an invisible pig that's going to travel along the angle of the boat, and you're actually going to be able to like cancel swings by fishing again. Is kind of how it should hopefully work. Additionally, I do have velocity on the side of the screen here. That's going to be something I figure out after I get the base swing animation going, but I want it so you can actually build speed up as you go, and so when you're swinging multiple times in a row, you can actually like improve your speed, is kind of the idea. So that's going to be the plan for what I'm going to focus on today. I'm going to make some other Spider-Man abilities like web shooter and wall climbing, but that stuff's super super simple, which is why I'm going to get the swinging done first, because that's going to be by far the most complicated part of it, and I'll probably end up doing separate tutorials, have the swing be in its own tutorial, and the other stuff in a separate tutorial, just because this will be significantly more complicated, I believe. E at A tag equals swing, unless entity at E type equals boat, tag equals, we'll call it hook. Run. Can you do a nuclear missile tutorial? Well, I've already done a nuke tutorial. Run. I guess I didn't do a tutorial for it, did I? Oh well. Summon Boat. In case you're curious, that's a Phineas and Ferb reference. That's why I say it like that. Yeah, wall climbing is very simple. Yeah, I've literally already done it. I'm still gonna recreate it just to have it like a thematic tutorial, because I know that's what people like. If someone wants a Spider-Man tutorial, I won't say, hey, you could go back and watch this tutorial. You know what I mean? So. Position. Pop, pop, pop. Tag at E equals 1. Type equals boat. Nope. Type equals boat. Add hook. Can't fathom how. Yeah, I just know what to type basically. It won't allow me to send a super chat referring to the chud. What do you mean it won't allow you to? Is chud a banned word? I was watching the Chud, the 1984 Chud movie. It's so bad. It's really bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's very bad. But I kind of like bad movies, but it's not bad in a good way like Sharknado is. It's just kind of bad in that it's boring more than anything. I actually really like the Sharknado movies. Is that where I was? Oh, frick. Yeah, I know what I did. It's gonna spawn another one. Here. Got the at. Don't even at me, guys. Can you make the Iron Spider suit? Maybe. I'm probably gonna make regular Spider-Man first, and then maybe make like a sequel tutorial that makes an iron version of it. Alright, so that's good. And then I need to do this to fix the rotation. But I need to make it somewhat downwards. No, that's to the right. Yeah, okay, that should be a 30 degrees downwards. Okay, let me keep up the chat here. One time I donated to a streamer and my mom saw and I told her it was a misclick. Nice. Yeah, you guys don't feel any need. I just add a goal because I think it might help with the algorithm if you use their new features, but if you guys want to, feel free, but yeah, don't feel like you have to. Yeah, I mean, that could be fun. Mr. Black, but not gonna be doing one in this tutorial. What's up, Chicken John? Chicken John. What am I making? Spider-Man. Spider-Man, yeah, basically. So right now I'm working on making like an actually functioning web swing. Let me make sure the angle's right. Why is it facing that direction? Let me see. Execute. Type equals boat. At S. Run. TP at S. That should be fine. Hi, love your vids. It's cool and unique. Thank you. You watched Chud finally? Yeah, no, I watched it a couple weeks ago. I want to get my hands on Chud 2, the Bud the Chud, which is the sequel. But that one's a lot harder to find. Okay, so that should work. This will be boat movements. As it eats, I goes hook. At S, run TP at S, bop bop bop. Then go. Okay. You are the sponge. Can't believe I said that wrong. I didn't invite you. Here's your invite now. Who's your favorite Spider-Man actor? Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of grew up with the Andrew Garfield ones. I think going back, when I was older, I watched Tobey Maguire, and I think I really enjoyed the Tobey Maguire ones. So I'm gonna go with Tobey Maguire, but I also did grow up with Garfield. Right now I am doing Swing. Spider-Man Swing. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. I can replace that. I'm on a pig, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Russell. I did it at home. I wasn't at school when I did it. So that's my defense. Yeah, okay. I think I have to structure block it. That's fine. That actually makes it easier somehow. MJ was trash. In what? The Tobey Maguire's? Yeah, I agree. Okay. Third Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is really good. What is the World of Chaos project? Is it finished? I finished it a long time ago. I just don't set up anymore, I don't think. Yeah, Rizzy McGuire had 4 girls. Chose MJ. Worst one. Agree. His neighbor was the best one. How's Chud 3? I think he's doing good. I think Chud 3's doing good. According to Gary. Why are you not letting me type? What the heck? Okay, I need to get myself a void. Then I need to saddle him. Oh, I can't do it with a void there. Yeah. Did you know zombies can wear Nautilus armor, dog armor, and horse armor? I think most things can, actually. Used to play Terraria. It is very difficult. No, I haven't played it recently. We did a world with some of my roommates, and we got all the way up to Moodlord, and for some reason we just never were able to actually get on at the same time to take on Moodlord. Like, we would have beat him, because a decent amount of us had beaten him already, including myself. Dude, rip Piss Squad. Nah, Piss Squad will reassemble it, don't worry. Are you still in Europe? Okay. Yeah, zombies can wear the Nautilus armor and the dog armor. The dog armor is actually super useful for command blocks. Because you can basically make like a second phase, you can actually make like separate health bars, because the dog armor, the way it works is it actually uses up all the durability before it deals health to a target. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you made it back safely. TPS. Okay, so that should be good. Save this and switch to load so I don't delete it by accident. Hi. Whoop. Equals hook. Run. Structure load. I think it's pig swing. Okay. They just had a talent show and drew a picture of every boss in your area. Nice. Dog armor can't. Yeah, I can't be seen on certain mobs. You make the challenge. When you make the next challenge, you should collab with other creators for more reach. That's a good idea, Mango. I probably will do that. Alright, so... Okay, so now what happens, or what should happen, I'm gonna kill you. That had a really weird sound effect. Okay. Okay, it did not summon in this. That would be why. Let me try again. Okay, that time it did summon it in. I wanted to make a boss called the Copper Guardian, but I needed to study for school exam. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, no, I think I will do a collab, and I'll think of a better idea. I thought the Warden idea might be cool, because it's like you can make an overpowered weapon, but I guess just people aren't as interested. So I'm going to wait a little bit. Maybe wait till, like, at least July. Well, like, mid-July, I should say. Dude, need a break from the ads? Okay, so we have this. So now... CTP. Okay, so execute as at E, name equals seat. Why am I doing it this way? Tag equals hook at S, run TP at E, C equals 1, tag equals seat. No, name equals seat. Why did I do it to myself this way? Name equals seat. True. That should work. What streaming software do I use? OBS. Okay, cool. Pig is there. Sweet. Okay, so now I need to make him ride. Still owe you for a cookout shake? Wait, why do I owe you for a cookout shake? I'll literally Venmo you after the stream if I do. I just don't remember owing you one. Glad you're getting a new laptop. That's sick. Okay, so okay, so that lists the pig. So now we have the pig. So now we need to make it ride the player. Yeah, how many subscribers do you need to have to do a live stream? Run. Ride at E. Hold on, I forget the ride command. I don't use it enough. At S. Start riding. Okay, that's just what it is. Then the target. A. Tag equals spider. Start riding. Thank you, potato. You just got a notification that you uploaded the laser eyes video. Yeah, that was like yesterday. Sometimes notifications are super weird. Name equals seat. Okay. Now this should. Sweet. Okay, awesome. Hold on. Now what we should do is change this to swing. Okay. Sweet. So that puts me there. Then I just need to make it kill the boat when it's time. Yeah, the Storm was a fun creation. Although there was a lot more bugs in it that I didn't really show in the final video. I did use some selective editing for some of the final showcases, I won't lie. It wasn't actually my fault, it's just FMBEs, especially the rotation of FMBEs, gets really laggy with too many FMBEs using rotation values. Alright, TP at S. Okay. So I have that. What do I need? I need to kill it. Execute. Name equals swing. Nope, name equals seat. Added S. Last entity at A. Tag equals swing. R equals. Let's do 30. Won't really make a difference. Run. Your PS5 is at 5 FPS. Well, that's what the 5 in PS5 stands for. Okay, this one. We're gonna ignore that. What 8 I am doing. Alright, so now I'm making Spider-Man swing. Okay, just need to get rid of the drops. Okay. 0 tick delay. I think this needs to be on a 4 tick delay. I'm a monster. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, so now You should be on a vortex delay. What are you on? Wait, what did I put on? I swear I put something on a vortex delay. It's still not working. Whatever, I'm just gonna do this for now. I'll figure it out later. You just gotta practice commands. You'll do better. Don't worry. Okay. So that's working. So now... facing... What grade are you? I'm a college graduate. What's up, I can't say that, I'm sorry. Okay. Meb. I was gonna call you Meb. What's up, Joshua Like TV? Okay, see, we have a swinging motion. It's way too fast right now. I know what you're saying, shouldn't it be fast? But no. Because we're going to be doing a bunch of different commands so I can actually have manipulating gravity. It's more like a Spider-Man swing, is sort of the idea. So we're actually be able to increase the speed if you're using it right, basically. Okay, why did that not work? Currently, I am, making Spider-Man swing, essentially, is what I'm trying to do here. I think that's gonna, that's actually a good arc there, I think, for a swing. I think that'll be a good arc. Yeah, don't worry, we will fix where the fishing rod is. That'll be fine. We'll fix that. It will actually be above it, so it looks like you're kind of swinging on something. But at least I want to make... Well, actually, I can do that real quick. It'll take 1 second here. Oh, I will. I'll mess around with some armor trims. Where's the pig TP? CTP, here it is. Alright, just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Nope. But it's actually gonna make my legs go in the right direction now. I did that too. Okay. That's at E. They take equals swing. As at E equals 1. Name equals seat. That's at S. Run TP at E equals 1. Pipe equals fishing. Hook. Well, it should just be 20. It should just be that. Let me see if that actually works. Yeah, okay, that works. Also, if you aim it down, you're gonna swing down more too. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on. Tactical swing. Interesting. I don't know why it's killing that. I don't know why it's killing my pig. Yeah, it's killing my pig when I hit certain angles. I don't know why. Just try this. Copy the exact commands for F and Bs from the wiki and it still doesn't work for some reason. Could just be a skill issue. But more likely you didn't copy it quite right. That's just looking at fantasy. Some good tutorials on that stuff. Okay, so I don't know why I died at the end, but otherwise that was good. Don't worry, I will go faster than this. This is the minimum speed. That's why it's very slow right now. I just need to make sure it works at the minimum speed before I start working on the how you get velocity. Okay. I just need to do this. This 4 at a dx equals 0. No, what? It's not dx. It's rx. Cool. And then, so I should be able to do. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll stop the pig sound. I just haven't gotten there yet. Order of operations and whatnot. Okay, so execute as a E, tag equals hook, adds at S. RxM equals 0. Run scoreboard. Players. Vel. Add. Vel. No. Add S. Vel 1. Right, that should work. So while it's aiming down, it'll add velocity. Then once it starts to upswing, it's going to stop. Cool. That's what I want. Sweet. And then what we're going to do then... Yeah, I know it scratches. Nice. You made the end update ability just before the challenge. Nice. Okay. Cool. So now we should, whenever we're downswinging, be gaining velocity. And whenever we upswing, start losing velocity. Yep, so we're going up, so we're losing velocity. But you lose the velocity. Might have typed it wrong. Yeah, I did. You're going to lose velocity slower than you gain it, though. So like I said, this is the minimum movement speed. We're actually going to make the speed increase and decrease with your velocity. We see now we're starting to lose velocity. I don't know why the pigs... Wait. This isn't a ticking area. I know it's a ticking area. Oh, that's why. I am such an idiot. Okay. I mean, it was centered on whether or not the hook was near the command blocks, not whether or not the hook was near the player. That's funny. Nice. That's pretty cool, brain slug. That's what I always hope with my command blocks, is that you guys kind of make your own changes to them, and then kind of have fun with it on your own. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just make it go down to -30. Can you make the new mob the mimic? It's just a request, so you don't need to accept. I saw it earlier. I maybe at some point, but I have some other stuff that I want to do first. Yeah, so do -30. That should work. Okay, now we can actually make the first degree of speed. I think I'll do it in 15. So vel equals ... No, -15 ... Okay, let's see if this works. What's up, Neo Sanity? Okay, let me do this. I'm just gonna make the minimum speed slower, because I want you to really invest in like having to build up speed. So this will be building up. Then we start to lose it. It won't hit once we hit below 0. I'll start slowing down. This is the minimum speed, which is like super slow. So you want to avoid that. Make whatever you enjoy, man. If you don't enjoy it, it's not worth doing. Okay. So now we just gotta basically spam these. We'll try this. Okay, so this will be the starting speed. You start out about this, you can actually increase, and then you start to decrease, you start to decrease, you start to decrease. This is the minimum speed. So ideally you want to aim down more, start building up velocity so you start swinging faster before you slow down. Like, look at that. That's actually, I think that's sick, where it actually changes your speed. You can speed up and slow down. That's pretty cool. I quite like that. Okay, so we add a few more speed on here, and then I'm going to adjust how fast you gain and lose speed. 75 and 90. Yeah, we just do some random messages for people leaving, just for fun, why not? I also want to make it so you can Interesting. There's no velocity at all. No, the minimum speed should only really ever happen if you're like at the end of a swing and you're basically like at the top end of the swing is sort of where it should be. Alright, so like this will be a really angled down swing so it can really gain some speed. And it's only going to be really at the top end of the swing after you've kind of lost it. And then what I do want it to do is so you can actually maintain your velocity in between swings. So I need to copy the velocity. So I actually want to just add 2 more of this, since you can get higher. So 105 and 120. Okay, so like if you do it like a really, so like what you would want to do is start with like a very deep swing so you can gain a ton of velocity, and then you want to sort of angle it out. Now right now it doesn't carry velocity in between swings. I'm going to make it so that it does, so you can get some actually good speed if you're kind of good at it. Gotta go eat food, have fun, be safe, be holy. Just one more for the heck of it. So you can absolutely get some good speed going on this. Okay. So now I need to make it so whenever you summon a new thing, it's gonna copy the velocity you already have. So right now the velocity is stored in the boat. Scoreboard players. Operations. So you're becoming Spider-Man in Minecraft? That's the hope. Operations. Add S val equals T tag equals swing val. Well, it's gonna make it so you, if you're the player, you lose all your velocity as soon as you hit the ground, obviously. Did I type that right? Okay. So now my velocity wasn't there. Okay. Operation. did have it right the first time. Maybe because I don't have a Vel score, I can't copy it. No, it's definitely just not doing it. But yeah, you don't even start at the minimum speed. That. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't think that would be the issue. Oh, I did it backwards. I'm an idiot. There we go. That's the right command. So let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it does. Let's go. You can actually maintain your velocity. Alright, what do you guys think of that? It actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. It has somewhat increased the speed, though. Just by like 20%. Now I'm gonna make it if the player lands, they're gonna go straight to the ground. Please try making Spider-Man armor. Yeah, no, I will. That's usually something I do off screen. Woohoo! Okay. That's fine. I can just basically make it so if you collide with the ground, it kills your swing. That's not hard to do at all. Now what I can also do too is to give you even more control. I can make it so if you're aiming downwards, it makes you swing lower, whereas if you're aiming upwards, it's going to make the swing shorter. So I don't know if I want to do that. It already kind of copies a decent amount based on whatever your starting position is. Yeah, water's a little weird, but... Okay, I'll work on the stop sound. What the heck? Stop sound at A. Is it probably mob.pig.death? I'm guessing is the sound. Wait. Yeah, mob pig death. Okay, I was right. Oh, maybe slow falling, not levitation, but slow falling would be a good idea. That'll make it smoother. Welcome back. Now, I do need to make it so you lose velocity when you're on the ground, though. Because you can see I have like 400 velocity, which is the max speed, basically. And I can literally just be on the ground and take off at like really quick speeds. Which is better, organic webs or web shooters? I think organic webs. I've been a fan of organic webs. Okay, so now I just need to make... Spider at NS less block air run player set at S to 0. Yeah. Welcome back, Fantasy. I don't know if I've seen you in a while. Fantasy, what do you think of this? You just gotta gain speed. It gets a little glitchy in the water, but I'll fix that, don't worry. Okay, let me show you a better example where I actually start high. I mean, I feel like as far as Minecraft web swing, like this is actually pretty good. You should add boost after you exit, but now it stops midair and that isn't realistic. What do you think for boost? Just send off a wind charge behind me? Because that would just give me too much air. I mean, if I'm also holding W, it'll probably make a difference. The thing is, I'm riding a pig, because that's how you make smooth teleportation. The problem is I'm gonna have to stop at some point, even if I'm teleporting the pig forward still after the web swing itself is done. At some point it's just gonna stop the player midair. It's taking nothing. I mean, yeah, that's how most Spider-Man games exist. Would have made the you mount all the time until you reach the floor and create your own physics. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It would certainly be smoother. At the very least, I might keep you on the pig for a duration. I could keep you moving forward on the pig, like just straight moving on the forward. I don't know. Because the main thing is just in between swings you have that weird bit where you're not moving. So that's what we need to work out. Or what we could do is, instead of not killing the pig, actually don't kill the boat right away. And then the boat can't gain the boat will start losing velocity and downswinging. Right? I'm just trying to think of how it would look good. Let's do a progress check. Alright, here, let me. This is where we're at right now. So you can actually gain speed. And the further down you swing, the faster you gain speed, the more speed you get up. And you actually keep the speed between swings. Yeah, I think I need to make a way though that it feels much smoother in between swings. That's the main. Just the dismount is always a glitchy camera thing. So I think you're right. I need to keep on the pig between. I need to have a separate motion system that takes over for like 3 seconds. And that's basically, you start draining velocity and you start down swinging instead of up swinging. So let me do this. Yeah, we can use swing. I didn't have a purpose for it anyways. Just gonna disable the kill system for now, and then make a copy of it. If we don't care about multiplayer, you can make the player invisible and use camera. No, I'd prefer it to be multiplayer. So, okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Fantasy, that I just need to keep the momentum in between swings and not have it immediately delete it. So, we're going to cut the kill system for now. We're going to make a separate kill system. Going to keep these for now, because I'm probably just going to copy them. Just going to block it here. I think you're right. We make the velocity 0. So we either make it, either it cuts when the player touches, like it will kill the pig, either when the player hits ground, or I had to redo the spawn system too, won't I? That's fine. Do I want a real challenge? So as you've been doing that grappling hook? Yeah. Yeah, the grappling hook was cool. That was made to be a very simplified form of grappling hook. This is just meant to be a much more complicated, but way more fun, hopefully, version. Add hook. No, frick. I need to make a swing time for the player. Please show you what it looks like. Actually, sure. I'm just gonna re-enable some stuff. I gotta redo some stuff, but this is what it looks like right now. So you actually gain speed too as you travel. You gain speed whenever you're swinging downwards, you lose speed whenever you're swinging upwards. What I'm trying to do right now is you can see there's a real... Whenever you stop moving, or whenever you're in between swings, you sort of freeze midair. It's not as noticeable at slow speeds when you actually get moving pretty fast. It's really jerky in between, so what I'm trying to do is make it so in between swings you still have a momentum going. You should make a toggle for web attack that stuns enemies like Miles Morales. Maybe. I don't know, I have a couple ideas. I do want to do a combat system, but I want to make a really good web swinging system first, because I think that's the whole... I mean, everyone always goes like, it feels like Spider-Man, feels like Spider-Man. When they say that, they mean... when they say that, what they mean is the web swinging, usually is what they mean. So my goal is to make a really good web swing thing. Using binary for score to velocity convert. No, I'm just stacking. Because it's about the same thing. It's just stacking teleport commands. For something like this, it doesn't make a difference. I know what you mean though, but that's not what I'm using. Can you just get a mod? Not everyone can get mods. My mods on Bedrock are not free. Scoreboard players. Plus, I like the challenge of doing it with commands. Scoreboard players add at A. Tag equals swing 1. Yeah, honestly, I don't know that I've seen a good mod do web swinging. Not like this. Okay, hold on. So I have... Okay, that's right. That's correct. That's good. So now... Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to, whenever I start the swing, whatever direction you start the swing is what you're stuck in, but I want to make it so if I'm not resetting the boat every time, I want to make it rotate the boat every time I start a swing. Scores equal swing equals 1. And this position 110. Run. TP at ease equals boat. Tag equals hook. Pop up 30, I think is what I have. That's what I have on the summon. Yeah, 30. Okay. So now I'm gonna make it not kill and restart each swing. Yeah, I actually do want to mess around more with sulfur cubes in the future. Just having a chance. Please make a part 2 to your B powers, maybe some point. You should make it so that they turn mid-swing. It slightly changes the angle, but like in a smooth transition. I did think of that. That will be something that I will mess around with once I have everything else worked out. That you can sort of adjust. Because I talked about earlier in the stream, like if you aim down, it makes the swing go longer and deeper, and if you like aim up, it makes the swing go shorter. So I do want to mess around with mid-swing control, but I want to make sure I got a lot of the rest of it worked out first, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Okay, so that should... Let me just make sure that doesn't mess anything up. It shouldn't. I think it's just right now we're not killing anything. But we are right now. But this should... Okay. It should be fine. Give it the tag. I'm just gonna give the player the tag kill swing whenever it should kill the swing. There's a boat. It's technically not a pivot point. It's literally just teleporting as a rotational angle, but pretty much, yeah. Thank you, Beer Me. Are you adding the ability to stick to walls? Yep. Gonna add that too. But I've done that before. The rest of the Spider-Man stuff is actually... Yeah, it moves with the player, fantasy, and just angles. It's not technically a move, pivot. Which is going to make it significantly easier to have a motion between. And quite frankly, it feels like it's a pivot, even if it actually isn't. So, I think it works. Okay, so that will kill the boat. If entity at E at A equals 140. Yeah, no, I have an idea on how to do what you're saying. Yeah, so basically it's gonna, because the boat's already moving with the player, I basically just need to make a separate movement system for whenever it's not swinging, so that way instead of upswinging it goes down. And then it'll keep the velocity in between. Which means I actually probably don't even need to store the velocity on the player. If I'm storing it on the boat anyways, I probably just could store it on the boat and not even store it on the player. So, and like I said, I don't need to do an actual pivot point. It feels like a pivot point just as it is, and having the boat move with the player rather than be an actual pivot is just a lot smoother, I feel like. Okay, so TP if entity deck will swing. Basically, just go through and add this. Do all of these. Just want to make sure I typed it in right. Yep. This is why I like doing streams whenever Fantasy comes and join, because he usually has very helpful additions. And unless you already made it, you should be able to shoot webs with snowballs. Yeah, I'm gonna do like web shooters and stuff. That stuff is really, really easy to do. So I want to do the web swinging because number one, I feel like is the most iconic part, at least as far as video game adaptations of Spider-Man. And it's also by far going to be the most complex part. Like, it will definitely be its own separate tutorial. Like, I'm probably going to do a tutorial with all the easy stuff first, and then do the web swinging, because the web swinging is way more complicated. Yeah, I'm not going for position. Yeah, I'm not going to do super realistic. My goal is to make it fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not trying to do actual velocity math and that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get it close, but still something that people can make a tutorial and follow. I've done wall climbing before. So, I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so... right now, it should still work the same. I also want to make sure that it still works the same. Okay, okay. Where did I kill the boat? I forget where I killed the boat. That's where I killed a pig. No, this is where I killed the boat. I just have it labeled wrong. That's fine. That's right. That's how it should look. Should make rolls for your Elden Ring stuff. Am I? Yeah, like I said, you can definitely make fantasy. Go ahead. You want to make your realistic physics with swinging? That's perfectly fine. I feel like that's Spider-Man's swinging is not realistic though, so I'm not really going for realistic anyways. Okay, so that's fine. That's expected. But it shouldn't be killing the pig. Did I do kill swing? Is that what I did? Yeah, kill swing, okay. Okay. Am I making a tutorial on this? I plan to. Because I'm going to go through too and simplify it once I'm done, but I usually do that off camera. Because usually I can figure out how to make this a bit simpler. Yeah. I feel like this is something that people would want to play with, so I definitely want to make it a tutorial. Yeah, I've already done Mr. Battles. I've already made wall climbing in the past, so I'm not too worried about that. I have an idea on how I'm gonna do that. Okay, so score players have velocity. Yes. So now basically just need to add a fall, and it's not gonna be a realistic fall either. Why not try to make the Infinity Stones? The Infinity Stones are too ambiguous, I feel like. Like, you can make specific powers from them. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but... I don't know, I feel like they just all kind of do a lot. It's kind of hard to boil it down to one or two things. Okay, so... Let me try this. Player, tag at a scores equal bell, oops, bell equals -31. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Ah, you can do this sometimes. Dude, what the? What? Oh my goodness. I hate that thing where it switches your WASD and arrows. I always forget what the switch is to switch it back. Function and W, okay. So annoying. Hulk power rebake, maybe. Scythe thing, I think it still works. Am I having a web pulling mechanic? I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing for combat fully yet. Alright, here, I'll do Hawkeye. You ready? Bam! Hawkeye added. Alright, I'm just kidding. I know that's what you can do for Hawkeye. The reason I'm doing Spider-Man is because there's a Spider-Man movie coming out, so I thought it'd be fun to do this in conjunction. Okay, so. Scores equal. Nope, 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 nope. What am I doing like this? Add kill swing. So it's going to kill your swing if you run out of momentum, basically. Make him immune to spiders. Alright. Now, if you run out of momentum, it should end a swing. Let's see if this works. Let's swing. I need to... Why do I... Okay, oh, something went wrong. It's kind of chill having this in the background doing work. Nice. Glad to hear it. I think I might have summoned multiple boats, I'm not sure. Okay. Need to kill the hook too. Let me try this again. If I go to -31 velocity, it should end the swing. Cool. Okay. And then if you run out of velocity, you actually have to land. which I'm okay with. I kind of like that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm stuck in between and nothing is happening. Sweet. Cool. That is working how it should. Now we need to make... the secondary movement. What's up, Lulu Mogu? Yo, thanks for mentioning Mensch. You're welcome, of course, of course. It would be cool to add an immortal snail. That'd be fun. Do you want to make a worm with commands? I mean, that wouldn't be too hard to do. I did the Eater of Worlds, which is a worm already. I didn't finish it, but... Okay. So that works. Can we make Spiderman villains? Maybe. Okay, let me just see. Okay, that's not working. It does not swing. Why did this not work? Welcome, Light. Welcome back. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the falling a bit faster. Amazing work, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, so I got the web swinging. It's pretty much, I have the actual web swinging mechanics done. I'm trying to make it so it's sort of smoother in between swings. Because right now you just sort of pause midair and start falling. So I'm trying to make it so you still move forward and then you actually keep your momentum, especially when you're moving fast. So, not swing, and the only difference is we make this to a negative. And I'm only going to do it for that one. What's up, Derry? Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, this has been a decent amount of work. And I actually have had this planned for a long time. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. I wanted to make sure I did it right when I did it, and so I kind of kept delaying it for that reason, because like I said, I wanted to make sure I did it right, and I was never certain that I actually was going to do it right, and I'm like, hey, maybe this would be a fun time to do it, because like I said, there's a new Spider-Man movie coming up. I've been planning this one out for a while, so let's see if we can make it. The story won't be out for like another week or two, but okay, so now we should be able to keep up some of our momentum once we stop swinging. Yep, so that works. Make sure that's right. Cool. I still need to make it kill the swing when I hit the ground, but I'll do that later. Why am I so good at commands? A lot of work, a lot of practice, really. I think that's too jumpy. Yeah, I agree, Fantasy. That was a very good suggestion to not cut the swing out, and it's not even finished yet. So, thank you. Yeah, it feels a lot better. 560. 75, 90. We'll just stop that for now. Who's your favorite MCU character? Probably Spider-Man. How does your Terraria corruption work? Did I make a tutorial on that? I kind of forget if I did or not. Yeah. I forget if I made one. Okay, let me take a look at this. We're gonna make that 0.2, because it's gonna be angling down. Okay, let's see here. Did I leave the taking area? Yeah, as like I said, I need to make it hit the ground better, but... Or, like, disappear when it hits the ground, I mean. Yes, I don't think I need this. No, what I'm doing right now is Fine Fantasy. I haven't maxed out the speed is why. I can tweak it a little bit better. I'm just gonna move that. Alright, let's try and see if I like how that looks. 0, 14. This should be 30. And this should be 15. Alright, let's try this out. Hold on. The play sound is not actually intended to be there. I agree, Lulu. I do need a lot more attention. What if... That's a good plan. Hold on, I like that better. Okay, that should work. No, I have an idea. Yeah, I'm gonna probably fix it right now, but it looks like you got buffed. Slow falling almost. Yeah, I'm gonna take the slow fall. I did take the slow fall out. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make it so you actually don't lose any velocity when you're in the fall mode. Maybe you lose it very, very slowly. But you're instead you're arcing. Hold on one second. You're still arcing, and the thing actually cuts out whenever you're angled 0. Kill swing. Angle. Tag equals hook. RXM equals 0. No, sorry, RXM equals 80. Run tag at A. P tag equals not swing. Tag equals spider. I'm curious if this will work the way that I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that will actually. What you do, increase the momentum and then have it slightly change the arc depending on the velocity. And I think that works. What do you call a duck with a hoodie? I don't know. Look at the goal for theaters, man, I hate. What are you talking about? Genuinely no idea what you're saying, fantasy. Alright, let's say this looks good. Oh, that feels good. And then, if you hit something on the ground, it's going to dismount you. I didn't even finish the velocity, but that I feel looks good. I wanted to lose a little bit of velocity, but right now it's not losing any. But this is kind of what it looks like. So I want to very slowly lose velocity when you're in the free swing. And I'll probably mess around with animations too. Yeah. I'll mess around with that. I have someone, I forget who it is that's really good with animations, but I can talk to them. Here's what I think might be a good way to do this. Because I can actually make it add block. Oh, this is going to look so good. I literally just need to... Peggles not swing. Peggles not swing. Okay, let's see how this looks. I clipped the ground. I gotta make it so it's doesn't make you fall when you clip the ground. So you start losing velocity if you're going up, but if you start angling down, you start gaining velocity again. Although I think see, I'm angled down, so I start gaining velocity. For some reason I'm not losing velocity whenever I'm not in range of the commands. I don't know why that is. I wonder if I have a typo in here. Yeah, that would be why. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. I actually start gaining velocity if I'm angled down, even in free fall. But if my angle hits 0, I basically stop. Although I'm actually gonna remove that. I think it's just gonna. I should just make it if you clip the ground. at S, if, unless, block, alright, that should make it kill the swing if you hit the ground. Okay, it did not. Why did you not? Oh. Why did I do that? I'm so dumb. Okay. Yeah. Hits the ground, clips it. It's not going to look smooth. There's no real way to do that. Just because dismounting is never smooth. I think I need you to start changing your velocities. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. So I need to finish these. So how high do I have this one go to? That one goes to 135. So 105, 120. I have a whole tutorial on custom crafting 135. So that should be good. I think I want to... Okay. Actually, I think I have a good enough gravity system. It's a little floaty right now, but I can easily fix that. I know why it is. Just joined. I am making basically a Spider-Man web swinging creation. Make 1.5.1. Just gonna make it arc a bit more. Give me one quick second to make some adjustments, and I'll catch up with chat. Okay. I'll make it stronger over time. Fantasy, basically the way that I have it right now is, as you're traveling along, you arc downwards whenever you're in the freefall mode, and then you lose velocity as you're going up, but you gain velocity as you're going down. So it still works like gravity, it's just a little bit floatier, but I think that works. I think this works. Alright, what do you guys think of this? So yeah, even in freefall mode, you start gaining velocity as long as you're angled downwards. I think that actually looks quite good. I also do want to make it so you can have a little bit of control over your swing. So if you're aiming downwards while you're swinging, it makes your swing go longer. And if you're aiming up, it makes it like a shorter swing. So I am going to make it so you have more customization. So you can actually, like I said, you'll have way more control. You can make your swings longer or shorter. Now, technically, that is already based off what you look at when you initially start the swing. Like, if you start it down, you guys can see, like, if I start facing straight down, it's gonna go on a much bigger arc, I think. But I want to make it so you can, like, kind of move it mid-air and have even control over it mid-air. I need to make sure you have a max velocity, because right now it's a little extreme. Nice, that should work. Let me add 2 more higher levels just for the heck of it. 150 and 165. Yeah, I think that's going to be right about wrapping up stream, but I still want to do some adjustments to this, customize a little bit more. I realized that I think I was doing something wrong. There we go. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. This actually feels quite fun. I just need to... Oh, that's why. I don't need this. Okay. Can I go over the commands? I'm going to make a tutorial on this later. I'm not going to go over the commands right now. Yeah, what do you guys think of this? I'm actually quite happy with this. It actually feels quite smooth. Like, it doesn't really feel that jerky. It feels like it responds well to my inputs, which doesn't always happen with command block creations. I'm sure Fantasy, you know that well. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to do a web swing. I've been wanting to do Spider-Man for a long time, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do Spider-Man unless I can do a good web swing. And I was just never confident that I could actually do a good web swing, but I'm actually very, very satisfied with this. So now it's basically just make a few extra Spider-Man things, web slingers, and you know, like some basic combat moves, really, and yeah. Oh, blue shift, that's actually that's a good idea, I didn't know that. That's a good suggestion. I probably won't add it this stream, but let me make a note of that. 'Cause that's actually a very good suggestion. Yeah, no, that's a very good suggestion. Did you get to see it, Luciv? I'm gonna swing around a little bit more, and then I'm gonna end stream. So I'm just gonna do it a little swing around here. I've considered doing a Hollow Knight story. I messed around with some stuff. I just didn't quite like what I ended up coming up with. Nice, glad to hear it, Ducky. And that's kind of the whole point, is get people to get tutorials so that people can kind of mess around with them, make stuff their own, you know? Let me, I'm gonna bump the jump boost up a little bit. But yeah, so then, I use that. Okay, did not click that button. I did, but whatever. Just so you have a little bit easier time starting. Actually, what I could do is... just going to start you off with a little bit more speed so it's just a bit easier to get going. I'm also going to intermix this with some simpler command tutorials just because it's summer and I want to get some people who have never used commands to start using commands. Ah, I'm so satisfied with this. Because I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, but I always wanted to make sure if I'm going to do it, I need to do it right. And I'm not glad this came out way better than I actually thought it would be. Because it's like, doing the whip swing itself, I eventually figured out, but I'm like, okay, I feel like you got to be able to have velocity in it. And I thought of a couple of different ways, but they're all very clunky. But yeah, dude, it works well. I mean, it's very generous. Like, it's not realistic physics, obviously. Like, you gain, as long as you're being smart, you gain velocity way easier than you lose velocity. So it's pretty easy to maintain and keep max speed. But I mean, you know, like I said, that's how the Spider-Man games are. When's the video coming out? Ah, jeez, I don't know. It won't be at least 2 more weeks because I want to finish up the other Spider-Man stuff. And then I'm probably just going to split. Like, I'm going to have, like, web slinging and wall climbing and, I don't know, whatever else sort of feels Spider-Man-ish. And I'm going to have that because that's all going to be simpler. Have that literally be a completely separate tutorial because look at all these commands. You don't want to do this and do web slinging in one tutorial, especially if you like only want to do like web shooters and wall climbing, and you got to sort through the giant like web swinging commands. So yeah, physics don't really work with Spider-Man's web slinging anyways, so I'm not super concerned about making it realistic, but it does feel fun. It feels smooth. Which movement stuff in Minecraft commands has never felt smooth. It's very rare that you feel something that actually feels smooth. Like the flight system I made a while back, that actually felt really good. I quite like that one. This also feels really, really great. But yeah, smooth is not an easy thing to do. And I'm glad Fantasy was here because, yeah, it was not nearly as smooth because I kept the velocity between swings, but in between swings, you just, like, lost all your momentum. So making it just one solid movement feels so much better. And there's also a lot more tactic behind, like, when do you actually wait for a little bit, you know? So shout out Fantasy for that. It's such a simple suggestion, but it makes such a world of difference. I was also not sure what I was going to do for the triggers because I couldn't do sneak. And on like left click or right click would by far be the best trigger, but there's not a ton of super consistent right click things. So I'm like, oh, I can just do the fishing rod because that is actually a consistent click detector. And I'm like, wait a second, it literally has a string on it. I literally just have to freaking teleport the hook to do the visual, and that just cuts out what would have been an unnecessarily complicated visual thing. And then it was literally one command to just make the hook teleport in such a way that it doesn't look the greatest in third person because the hook is moving along. But at least in first person, if you're in third person, you're not looking where the actual hook is. I think it looks pretty good. And if you're in first person, like, it actually looks like it follows the angle that it makes sense to look at. So like I said, unless you're like actually looking at where the hook is, I think even the hook looks good. But yeah, it feels good, man. It really does. You're just going to have a great time playing with this. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't wait to show you guys this showcase for your own. So, I'll see ya. Bye-bye.